A mysterious fire catastrophe destroys the Earth and renders its environment uninhabitable, wiping out humanity slowly but surely. To avoid the disaster, a wealthy oil tycoon, Father, builds a luxurious mansion in an underground salt mine, leaves everything behind, and moves there with his pregnant wife, her best friend, his butler, and his doctor. There, the family obliviously shuts out the suffering world to begin a new, comfortable life, and soon the wife gives birth to a baby boy, Son. 20 years later, humanity has succumbed to the ongoing catastrophe and is completely wiped out along with everything it has worked for. However, in the underground mansion, despite the unexpected long years, the family thrives by sticking to a set of rules, protocols, and routines. To keep fit, the family exercises in an indoor pool every morning. Besides looking after each family member's health, Doctor leads emergency fire drills routinely so that everyone can remain prepared to save each other's lives. Having been a world-renowned chef, Friend does most of the cooking, while Butler looks after everyone's needs. Mother, who was once a ballerina, spends most of her days managing the valuable arts she brought with her and obsessively arranging and rearranging them in the living room until everything appears perfect. Son, intensely homeschooled and unfamiliar with the outside world, spends most of his time building scale models of historic events and places while helping Father write an embellished memoir. Over time, despite being confined in comfort, the family develops palpable tension and everyone walks on eggshells. One day, Son and Friend help Mother decorate the living room to match the current spring season.
I think this is our best spring ever. This wall, is it darker?
It's the contrast.
Maybe if I don't stare at it.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. If there's one thing I've learned, it's to take details seriously.
Later, Doctor holds a practical test to examine Son's fire drill training.
You left her, and your dad is on fire.
No!
That's of no use.
No, I got him.
Joke. Your father is dead. Everyone died. You failed.
Frustrated, Son storms out to relax at the aquarium. Later, his work on Father's book also goes poorly.
No, I know. I just,
But is that how you see me? How is my son supposed to write? He doesn't know the difference. No.
Sorry.
Hence, at the end of the stressful day, Son goes to see Friend, who understands him better than anyone and treats him as if he were her own, and spends the night there, discussing her son, Tom, who had died due to cancer.
What was his name?
Treatments, sometimes I think that's what killed him.
The next day, during Son's marksmanship training, Father shares the incident that necessitated the self-defense training and stresses that they must do whatever it takes to protect themselves against those looking to harm them.
And why is that important?
They can kill us.
They try and kill us every time.
I was lucky, though.
Lucky.
Later, the family goes for a drive around the mine and is utterly shocked to find a girl, as they have never seen anyone else in the last 2 decades. As soon as the girl regains consciousness and washes up, the family surrounds her and eagerly interrogates her. The girl shares that she found the mine by following a column of smoke and that she lost all of her family members.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Were you attacked?
No,
Can you just tell us what happened, please?
there was a river, but the bridge was gone. I made it.
That's all right. We understand.
But how did you keep going?
No, enough.
Then, as the girl takes some rest, the family returns to where they found her and tries to figure out how she entered the mine so that they can seal it off and make sure no one else will ever find them. They then discuss the girl's fate.
We can't let her stay, can we?
20 years since someone came.
No.
It's why we have a protocol. Everything you've built depends on it.
We'll send her away.
Then, as per their agreement, the family gives the girl some new clothes and shoes and prepares to send her away.
I don't want to do this.
That evening, Son picks the girl up from her room, which is a 3-minute drive away from the main house, and takes her to the mansion so that she can join them for dinner. As they eat the delicious dinner, Father tells her more about their way of living.
I'm helping Dad write a book.
He's my editor. Hopefully somebody will read it. She's an artist, too. A ballerina.
What?
I just said you're learning piano now.
Oh.
Don't worry. You want to play later?
No.
Afterwards, the mother opens up more and even shows girl the family album.
What's this? What were you doing?
Food fight.
Did no one else make it? I mean, from your family?
Some things are private, and there should be a little distance.
It has nothing to do with you.
Later, Son shows girl his scale models and passionately describes each model, narrating the history behind it as if he were there. Then he invites her to help him finish some pieces. But after agreeing, girl remembers her family and has an emotional breakdown.
We've been trying to cross that river for months, and now it was winter, and Dad was sick. I couldn't cross without them. In the end, they were calling me, but I couldn't hear.
They'd have wanted you to live.
They might have lived if I hadn't.
No, you can't. You can't think like that.
Instead of listening to girl, Son gets uncomfortable, shuts down, and continues to work on his models alone. The next day, Son and Father work on the book, in which Father absolves himself and his industry of any responsibility for damaging the earth and invents humanitarian plots to make himself sound good. Then, after noticing the awkward interaction between Son and girl, Father advises Son to apologize to girl and gives him a valuable watch so that he can give it to girl to make up for his ignorance. On the other side of the mansion, Mother sees a doctor and complains that her insomnia is getting worse, along with the terrifying nightmares. Doctor calms down Mother and gives her a new set of medication. Later, the son tries to talk to Mother, but she completely shuts down.
Did you ever consider...
We had to think about you.
Sorry, right. I just wondered if sometimes you feel sad. Maybe you feel...
I feel fine.
That night in her bedroom, Mother complains to Father that girl is disrespecting Son, is making him question too many things, and shares her suspicion that she might have a hidden agenda. However, Father plays this down and tries to calm her down, to no avail. Then Mother gets to the real issue and shares that she still thinks about her family, all of those they could have brought with them, and seriously questions why a stranger should get the chance to live with them when their own family didn't. Ignoring this issue completely, Father promises to warn girl to stay in her lane so that she won't cross any more lines. A few days later, the girl goes for a checkup, and doctor hesitates to give her medication, citing that she's not worth the investment, until friend, who's always been kind and supportive of girl, steps in and puts him in his place. In the next few days, Mother starts to spiral out of control and becomes more obsessive about everything around the house. As her suspicion of girl rises, she becomes unbearably critical of her and even tries to get Son involved, to no avail. One afternoon, friend and son have fun working together.
The top reaches the stratosphere, and then it stops.
They then go through some pictures and wonder about the fire.
They'll burn for hundreds of years until the oil's gone. You're so angry.
As the discussion goes, Son sees a picture of his grandmother and aunt on his mother's side and wonders why they haven't joined them at the mansion. Having found no answer, Son pushes these questions aside and continues having fun with girl, before confessing that he has feelings for her.
They're swimming.
It's okay.
Noticing Son and girl's interaction, Mother questions Son about their relationship and is shocked to hear Son admit that he's in love with girl and tries to convince him to be cautious.
I know how she feels. I do.
Why give her this?
She was upset and I wouldn't listen. She just needed someone to listen.
However, with the help of Father, Son convinces Mother to give his relationship a chance, and Mother tries her best to make the girl feel at home.
I want you to feel at home. This is your home now. And we usually have fruit salad. And we enjoy it, don't we?
A few days later, as Son writes the personal section of Father's book, he asks Father how he met Mother.
Did you ever want to know what she really felt about you?
I think you're looking for something too abstract. It was a long time ago.
Maybe it's normal to forget.
It is.
But how can you grow old together if you can't even remember how it was?
That evening, deeply affected by his earlier discussion of romance with Son, the usually cold Father takes time out to appreciate Mother, which, despite being flattered, takes her by surprise. In winter, with the help of Mother, Son teaches girls how to swim. Then the trio, together with friend, start rearranging and decorating the living room to match the current season. But Mother gets overwhelmed as she can no longer clearly remember what it was like to have a wintry night. Having the more recent memory of the world, girl describes what it's like, which gets them all emotional. One night, Mother tries to get intimate with Father, which takes him by surprise and backfires as it ends up causing a more awkward interaction before father scolds mother, turns his back, and goes to sleep. A few days later, mother takes time out to teach son gardening, during which son asks her about his grandmother, causing her to shut down mid-sentence. Then on Halloween, everyone dresses up and has fun watching the spectacle prepared by father and butler. Then on New Year's Eve, girl thanks the family for taking her in, but it all soon goes sideways as she gets emotional and brings up a sensitive topic.
Oh, you did everything you could.
No, I didn't. I left them.
No, you didn't.
I left them.
I know, but I thought we were past that.
No, you understand. You do.
Don't say that.
No, it's true. Yes, we do. Everyone's gone.
The family then awkwardly gathers together to enjoy some fireworks. The next morning, son tries to talk to mother about what happened, but it goes as bizarrely as always.
She said some things that were hard for us to hear.
She was just trying to tell us about what she went through.
She can talk about her family, Mom, just like you can talk about yours.
One day, hoping that girl can represent their family well, mother teaches her some etiquette. However, a few minutes into this, mother's paranoia kicks in.
She is, very.
Are you laughing at me?
As mother gets more depressed thinking about all the things she has spent years suppressing, she questions father's action.
They wouldn't have wanted to be here.
They wouldn't have wanted to be.
No. When your parents came to visit. Mary's family, too. You always said that.
You never asked me what I wanted.
She's tough, I thought.
Everything you're saying's not.
I guess she's relieved to be rid of them.
Seeing that the conversation is going nowhere, mother threatens to expose father to son, but before she can, father reacts violently and threatens her, which leaves her frozen in fear, thinking what she has gotten herself into. At night, son finds father in his office and tries to help him invent stories for his book until father has an emotional breakdown.
She could go to school like a normal girl, all because of me.
If you think statistics work better,
None of it's true.
what more could I have done? I still care. Would you get your faggoty hands off me?
The next day, mother takes girl along with her as she goes to friend's room and offers to redecorate it.
Nobody needs to see these. Have you seen these? I wish you'd get rid of this.
Later, father spends the afternoon teaching girl how to shoot a gun, and the duo gets along well. Then as they wrap up the training, father opens up to girl about the role he and those like him had in the environmental catastrophe that wiped out humanity.
Sometimes I wonder if I did more harm than good. Sorry. I never told anyone this, but,
After comforting father, girl also shares how guilty she feels for abandoning her family and breaks down.
maybe that's the romance of life, being forgiven.
A few days later, girl is put through an emergency fire drill training and fails miserably.
You need to learn to use the safety equipment if you want to stay here.
Your father's right.
Mom, she didn't do anything.
Just leave it. It's fine.
Then, son defends girl and gets into a heated argument with his parents, which soon escalates unexpectedly, and son boldly and accusingly asks mother where all her family is. Then, as son proceeds to help friend, mother becomes annoyed seeing how highly son thinks of friend and drops a bombshell that horrifies son.
Tom was an addict. Like me. I
Never had cancer, did he? You left him behind.
I
And you.
Hey, we don't mind.
Later, friend goes to see son and explains everything. But despite the girl's best efforts to calm him down, son wants to hear none of it and storms out. Overwhelmed and heartbroken by everything, friend reports to doctor that her insomnia is getting worse and gets her prescription refilled. A few hours later, friend overdoses on sleeping pills and is found dead in her bed. Son is devastated by this event and unable to comprehend the loss and freezes in shock. Despite having caused the distress that eventually led to the tragic demise and losing her lifelong friend, mother remains stoic and watches on vacantly while father comforts the distraught son. Later, son suppresses his grief and joins the rest of the family as they quietly drive out to bury friend. That night, seeing how heartbroken son is, girl tries to comfort him, but all son's suppressed grief suddenly spills out and he lashes out at her.
You just want to make yourself feel better for killing your family. And now you're killing mine, actually.
Sometime later, son and girl have a son of their own and prepare to celebrate his first birthday with the rest of the family.
Let's go see those presents. Huh? Let's go see.
Where would we be without his cakes?
At the birthday party, everyone comes together and has fun. Mother and father, who are delighted and feel blessed with the addition of their grandchild, use their happiness to justify that they made the right decision by abandoning everyone and making a life for themselves and their now growing family.